Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kyle, the Lawn Mentor here, and this time I wanted to give you an update on the fungus that I'm dealing with. So I have been fighting fungus since about the May time frame, and I believe it was a combo of brown patch and leaf spot. My course of action was that I applied a granular Scott's Disease X azoxystrobin back in May. I did one application at the curative rate, and I didn't follow up after that, which was a mistake. The second thing I did was apply propiconazole as a different fungicide. I went ahead to my local big box store and bought the Bio Advanced Lawn Fungus Control and got that down on the lawn. 14 days after that, we have applied our propiconazole 14.3 Select, and it has been just over a week since we applied that, and the results are really fantastic. Let me show you. So everything is looking a lot healthier. I can tell that the lawn is actually growing quicker. The color is darker. Right about a couple days before I put down the 14.3 Select, put down an application of Stress Blend to try to help the lawn to cope with the disease, giving it some potassium and a little bit of nitrogen to stimulate some growth. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to the fact that you need to grow out a fungus. A lot of people say you need to hit your lawn with some nitrogen so that the affected leaf tissue will grow up and you can cut that off and you're left with green. I'm sure it applies to certain situations. We're gonna kind of put that to the test. So following today's mow, we're gonna go ahead and probably follow up in a few days with an application of the green juice cocktail. We're going to try to adjust the concentrations on both of those, see what kind of results we get, not the same concentration as last time. See if the lawn will darken up, see if it'll grow a little bit, since it's been about 2 weeks since that Stress Blend application. So we can probably use a little bit more nitrogen to help the grass to grow out of this, if there's any truth to that. So we do have some spots here that look like they're just have a bunch of dead material in them. So I think what I'm actually going to do is give these areas a light raking and see if we can get some of this material out so there's more green than there is brown in these spots. So for gentle situations like this where we're not really trying to do a dethatch or anything, I just have one of these metal tine rakes. I think I picked this one up at Ace Hardware. It was on sale for like $5. So keep an eye out, you can find good deals on these too. So I'll just go ahead and take this and lightly rake those areas that look a little brown, that have some dead material in them, see if we can get some of that to come up. And then I'll use the bag on my lawnmower to take that material away, since it might have some disease pathogen on it and we just don't need it in the lawn anyways. So in terms of next steps, in terms of where do we go from here, I'm going to continue my mowing patterns. I'm going to keep an eye on my water usage to make sure I'm not giving the lawn too much water or too little water. I'm going to keep up with fertilizing. As I said, I'm going to get some green juice down on the lawn, so that way hopefully it'll help it to grow, and those micros will help with some stress, as well as the potassium in both spoon juice and microgreen. And we're going to see how the lawn does. You know, we're about halfway through the season right now. It's not too late to get started with lawn care. Now's a great time to jump in and start taking care of your lawn if you never have before. And if you have been this whole season, coming to a turning point. So we got to make sure we're still on top of everything. Depending on how the lawn looks in a week, I may apply a different fungicide to the lawn to try to make sure that we're going to keep the fungus away. So let's go ahead and get this thing mowed. As I mentioned, I'm just going to come down a notch below the tallest setting where I've been at, try to maybe get any of that dead material out of there, remove it, and we'll go from there. Now I know what you're thinking. The title says Super Recycler First Impressions, and I'm pushing a Time Master. But stay tuned, just keep watching, you'll understand why. Okay folks, calling an audible, using the Time Master, and the blade engage cable has come loose. So I need to fix that up, tighten it. I never retightened it after I installed it, so it's probably due for it. So we're using the Super Recycler for the first time for the rest of this mow. So we will see how it does. Up being the first mow I've ever done with a Super Recycler. Right off the bat, I'll tell you that thing is way more lightweight than my Toro Time Master, and it even feels more lightweight than my Recycler did. The Recycler I had large rear wheels, and they were all plastic, including the tread. This Super Recycler has rubber tread, and boy does that grip the grass. So definitely something to be conscious of when mowing wet grass is when your wheels turn and grip and rip up that grass. So something to watch out for if you're mowing with a Super Recycler. The flex handle is very weird, a very weird sensation. I'm used to having a set handle height, and so the handle just comes down and clicks into place, and that's where it's at the whole mow. It's just something to get used to. I'm sure I don't hate it, but it's just weird knowing that, you know, I get a little bit of, well, how do I describe it? A little bit of help when it comes to pushing down on the mower to pick up the deck and turn around or something. Having that spongy, springy sensation is just something new to get used to. Overall though, the cut quality is really good. This thing was laying down a little bit of stripes, even without a stripe kit, so that's pretty cool. One thing also that I noticed when I looked up the manual on the mower was that the height adjustments, the letters are reversed. So that's kind of weird. I'm not sure why they did it that way, why they didn't just keep it the same ascending or descending order, but nonetheless, just an intricacy to get used to with this mower. I like the Super Recycler though. I like the way that it looks. It feels good. The handle height actually feels higher than my Recycler, so for someone being taller, I'm about 6 feet, it's nice to be able to have that up high where my hands can grip that. So walking through the yard, I'm obviously noticing that with these couple cooler days that we've had lately, I'm getting some broadleaf weed activity coming back into the yard. So I think that's something I'm just gonna let ride out through the summer and treat in the fall if it's still around a while before overseeding, which is right around the corner. So be conscious of that and get ready for your overseeding. Come up with a plan and figure out what you're gonna do there, or if you're even gonna do it at all. There's some bruised spots, I'll say, where it looks like there was a little bit of die off, but overall the lawn is looking good, the color's looking good, and once we get this green juice application on here in a couple days, I'm sure that's really going to make it pop as well, since we're kind of in between fertilizer apps right now. That's all I got for you guys today. Kind of a quick one, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on how well that 14.3 Select propiconazole worked for me. I would totally recommend it to anybody else. I will have a link in the description down below if you'd like to purchase some of that. Make sure you check out my video on the other things that I added in with that fungicide to help make it as effective as it could be. So with that being said, I am Kyle, the Lawn Mentor. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll consider it. And to those of you who have, thank you very much.